Full screen. All right, let's get started. So we are here today. We are talking to Sade Renae. She is a fellow student with me in a real estate investment group called Sub 2.
Yeah.
Um, I think we started talking probably a couple months ago, and Sade is a pioneer because she recognized that a lot of us students do not have enough of a social media presence. And so she put out a call to action through Facebook Messenger.
Right.
And she said, hey, who wants help with social media posting and accountability? And several people signed up. And she has been so good in keeping us on task and sending us tidbits and bringing new information and new value to the group as much as possible. So from there, she and I have connected several times one on
Mhm.
one. We're talking about our journey, our pluses, our minuses, our hits, our losses, and just how we can help each other and just giving advice and encouragement. So, Sade, you have been a real inspiration to me. You've been
Yeah.
doing this longer than I have. So, I want to share you with the world.
Oh,
So,
thank you.
of course. So, let's get started. I'm going to let you start off real simple. Just tell us about yourself.
Okay. Well, hello, Nadine, and thank you for bringing me on. Um,
Yes.
I appreciate it. I do. I do. So, yes, my name is Sade Renae, and I'm from Maryland, but I have been in Florida long enough to now say that I am a true Floridian.
Okay.
I'm a mother, a wife, an entrepreneur, a spiritual being. And that's me, just always spreading positivity and owning up to any mistakes.
Okay. Good job.
Hmm.
All right. So you said you're a mother, a wife, a spiritual believer. How many children do you mother?
One, just
Okay,
one.
cool. How old?
And I
How
have
old
some
is your
guys
child?
too. He's 10 and a half, so he'll be
Okay.
11 in December.
That's
Yeah.
the good age. They're start sort of independent. They can do some things for themselves, but they haven't learned the brattiness of teenage years yet. So that's a
Right.
good spot.
That is true.
I hope it lasts as long as
I
possible for
know.
you.
Thank you.
Um, no, that's awesome. All
Yeah.
right, so let's talk about your real estate journey. Like, when did you get into real estate investing?
Ah, so when it was like 2020,
Okay.
after I quit my 9 to 5,
Mhm.
I would say from 2015, 2019, I was a per diem employee.
Mhm.
So I was able to have, control of my own hours, but still then I, I was still working a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So yeah, 2019, I quit that. That was in healthcare. And then in 2020, someone said to me, I could see, you being a realtor. And I was like, what, me? No, I'm um
Is that a compliment or a curse or what's that?
right. So I was just like, but it dawned on me and I said, well, darn, for the last 10 or 15 years, I've been, salivating over real estate like properties because at
Mhm.
25, I me and my friends, we were ready to buy houses. We were like, yeah, I want to buy a house. They had
Mhm.
Habitat of Humanity and NACA and these different programs. And that was at 24, 25. But 5 years later, when I purchased my own home at 30, I'm 37 now, but at 30, I was
Mhm.
still looking at the properties that would come through at, on realtor.com. So it was like I still wasn't, I don't know if I wasn't satisfied or that was like, spirit telling me like, we're trying to show you something else.
There's
So
more.
that's
Yeah.
how it started, like 2020. And someone said, like, I could see you doing that. And I was like, well, how can I get into real estate without becoming a realtor? Because I don't want to show people properties and them saying,
Mhm.
oh, I don't like that. Oh no. But I was
Or
thinking,
or or maybe probably what would happen is you get a terrible client like me who will have you drive them around to 100 properties
that
and
part.
don't buy anything. So
Yep.
that was a good move.
That right there. So I was like, and so when I YouTube, so this was all in 2020. So
Mhm.
that's when it started.
And that's a tough year to start anything new,
Yeah.
right? Because 2020 ended, started in a normal way and ended up very not normal. So to take on any
Mhm.
kind of new challenges at that time had to be, really scary. Okay.
Yeah.
So, since starting real estate investing, I learned that there's a lot of niches, right? There are a lot of
Right.
parts of real estate because people just assume real estate means buying or selling a house and that's it, being a real estate agent
Yeah.
and that's it. But there's so many different aspects of real estate now that people are in that are directly related to a house and some related
Mhm.
to financing, other things that are not even the physical property. So, what's your niche? What's your particular interest in real estate?
I wouldn't say that I have like a particular niche.
Hmm.
I do have, things or avenues that I go down, and sometimes I may make a turn here or there.
Hmm.
So, right now, I would say my focus is kind of on midterm rentals and
Okay.
fixing and flipping. But I will also, in the next few months, focus on buy and holds because I would like to keep properties. Um, and therefore, you have that residual income, but I
Yeah.
can turn those into pad splits or veterans homes,
Okay.
things of that nature. So,
So when you say midterm rental, what does that mean? So that's a new term for a lot of people. So what's that?
right. Midterm rentals, it's that medium stay. So you
Okay.
have short term, you have long term, but midterm is like medium. So it's right in the middle where people may stay on average 30 to 90 days at a particular property that's fully
Okay.
furnished. So yeah, that's midterm, and it could be a travel professional, it could be someone relocating from another state.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said you are exploring many avenues. So you're not locking yourself into one particular thing. You're open to all kinds of things. And that's probably the best way to be. I mean, I guess focus is good.
Mm,
It's important, but being able to flex and move and recognize that you can't necessarily pigeonhole yourself into one thing because as we're seeing now, the market changes, right? And what was great a couple of years ago is not so great and may not fly now. So that's good that you are keeping yourself open and available to like a lot of different things. So very, very good.
yeah.
So you've been doing this since 2020. It is now 2023, almost 2024.
Mhm.
What's your experience been like in these past few years?
My experience, it's been good.
Okay.
Um, there's been some great times. There's been some learn a lot of learning moments.
Okay.
Um, but overall, it's been great because it's always different, like every day. Um,
Mhm.
especially with the fix and flips, getting to learn contractors because that's important because they can make or break your business.
That's what I heard.
But yeah, the experience has been great. Just being able to tap into these different communities. Um,
Mhm.
I, found these communities such as Pace Morby, Chris Haskins, Jerry Norton,
Okay.
Max Maxwell, all of them back in
Okay.
2020, doing my YouTube thing,
Mhm.
researching. So those were my communities at the time. And, they really helped to kind of guide me into what to do and how to start.
Okay. You've
Mhm.
named some names I've heard, some I have not heard of, but that's good. So you're saying the best way to access these communities is through like YouTube, social media, that sort of
Right.
thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
like the ones that you can connect with and they, feel like they're coming straight from the heart and not trying to take your money to, so you're buying a course,
Right.
but
Right.
just really are for the people and, giving you information and they're consistent in what they do.
Right.
Um, yeah, the ones that I just mentioned, like, yeah.
Yeah, they spoke to you. And I think that's one of the hardest things for people entering the space, myself included, is there's a lot of info, right? There's no shortage of information. There's
Mhm.
no shortage of people trying to sell you something. It's like, how do you weed through it? How do you know who's legit, who's not? And it's
Mhm.
not even about because they charge you, that means they're trying to rip you off because they're giving a service.
Right.
So I'm okay with that. It's just, but
Yeah.
how do you know that their concept is proven? How do you know that, when you're giving them money, it's not going to just be an endless every time you have to keep giving more and more. And I don't know the answer to that yet, to how to weed them out. So far, I've been okay with the ones that I found, but
Hmm.
how do you, I guess, guarantee that you're not getting ripped off? I don't know the answer. I haven't figured that out yet. I don't know if you have.
I mean, yeah, yeah. I think it's that thing where you feel like you get they give you a little piece of something,
Hmm.
but then it's like you have to keep buying into to get like the full
Yeah.
spectrum of everything you need to
Yeah. Yeah.
actually take action. So, and I've spent hundreds of dollars, thousands,
Hmm.
doing that. But and I say it's all been worth it. Every experience is, for a reason, and it teaches you more. So,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
true. I guess you just take what you can from it and
Yeah.
leave what you can't, All right, I guess.
Yep.
All right, so here's the question that I like to ask
Hmm.
people because I'm so visual. So tell us
Right.
what a day in the life is like for you. It's like real estate investing. Do I wake up and money just comes to me out of the blue and I don't have to do anything? Is it an easy life? Is it everyone likes the term passive income. Is it passive? Do I just wake up and cash a check and go back to sleep? Like what's a day like for you, a typical day?
Right. I'm waiting for that part that you said where it just is money just
Aren't we all?
constantly coming in. I'm waiting
Yeah,
on
we
that
all
part.
are.
So yeah,
Mhm.
but if I keep taking action, it'll happen. But
Yeah.
typically, it's wake up in the morning, get my son ready for school,
Okay.
saying positive words to him to make sure he's motivated throughout the day.
Oh, I like that.
That's something that I try to instill every day because it's one of those things like I'm not going to always be here, but while I am, let
Yeah.
me give you something at 10 years old to
That's
just like,
beautiful.
what my mom used to tell me this.
So you are
So
being there, like you're actually being
right.
there and present. I love that.
Yes, yes, yes. So
I love
getting him
that.
off to school,
Hmm.
I typically do yoga, 2, 3 times a week.
Oh, okay.
I go back home, I'll make a smoothie or stop to one of the local shops in the area. And then I'm talking to the owner about real estate. He's like, hey, what's going on with that property you have? So just, still
Oh.
building relationships. Um, but
So
yeah,
wait, not to cut you off. So you're
right.
saying even when you're not working for real estate, you're working. So you're just making relationships with people throughout your normal day everywhere you go.
Yes.
That's a smart one. That's a tidbit for y'all. I'm gonna write that down for myself. Like I guess the term is you're always working or you're always on because you never know. And that's a good point. So
You,
thank you for that. I'm right. Look, where's my pen? I'm writing it down right
mhm.
now. You're
You're welcome.
always working.
Always. It's like when once you open your mouth and like find out or speak to, new people and find out what they do, just a seconds of a conversation,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, wow.
Okay. I like
Yeah,
that.
it's awesome.
All right.
Um,
So you talk to the people in the neighborhood.
hmm.
Okay.
Yep. So, I have a few different businesses, some outside of real estate as well, but
Okay.
typically, I'm going, checking emails. I may go through like wholesale lists. I probably have about 15 to 20 wholesalers that send me um, listings every day. So
Okay.
I'll probably be getting like a VA or someone soon to go through all of that
Hmm.
so we can find more leads.
And the VA is
Virtual assistant.
virtual assistant. Okay. All right.
Right.
Smart.
Yes, yes. And then, we have Start Virtual, which
Hmm.
pays highly recommend. So, and I
What's that
say
called?
Start Virtual.
Look, tip number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Start virtual. And that's a company?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like, yeah,
And
startvirtual.com. But yeah, you can find your VAs on there. And typically they're about $4 to $5 per hour, but they have
what?
really good gigs. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yep.
this is awesome. Okay, good. All
Mm-hmm.
right. And they're real estate specific or they do all kinds of stuff?
So, from my understanding, I haven't reached out to a VA from Start Virtual, but
Okay.
from remembering what PACE says, they do have some background or they've been trained. So they're not coming in blindly,
Okay.
because they kind of cipher through
Mm-hmm.
the VAs to make sure they're at least ready to take on, our everyday task. So
Okay.
I'm
All
excited for that because I need some help. I can't do it all on my own.
right. And that's the best thing is knowing when you need help. So there's no problem with that. So you
Yeah.
go through your list, your wholesale
Mhm.
list, and okay.
Yeah, go through the wholesale list. I make, phone calls. I do have to, and that could be to wholesalers, licensed realtors. I do go to my fix and flip property a few times out of the week to meet with my contractor.
Okay.
Um, and one thing, it's local to me, the property, but one thing that I will do going forward is setting up, cameras at the property. So I don't have to go by and drive there and, make sure he's there or whatnot.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. That's smart.
yeah, got
That's
got
smart.
to do that.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
Setting
yeah.
up camera. What?
Hmm.
Number three, set up cameras.
Yeah, and those fix and flip properties. Yep.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, a lot of the what I do is a lot of admin work, I would say, because even for my other business, I have to do a lot of invoices throughout the week. So
Okay.
a lot of invoicing. I use QuickBooks for that. But and I try to at least go to two real estate meetups throughout the month. If I have, time and the availability to go to more, I'll do that too. But just being around people in the community, it just keeps that fire under you.
Yeah, the motivation
Hmm.
and the
Yeah,
networking.
yeah, networking, just trying to get
Absolutely.
out and about.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So how many hours would you say you dedicate to real estate? You said you have many businesses, but for your real estate business, would you say you dedicate per day or per week?
Um, I would say it's hard to put it in. It's hard to say because I'm like, if I could be on a sub two Zoom, that's
Hmm.
real estate. It's not like work, but it's
They're
still
related. I got you. Because you're
right.
always working.
Yeah, I'm like, what else is there to do? Like, so I'm like,
Yeah.
real estate, if I'm not on the phone with somebody, I'm on like, I'm listening to a podcast, I'm on a YouTube or
Yeah.
one of our sub two Zooms listening to something in regards to real estate.
Okay.
That's what I do every day
Awesome. Awesome.
just to
So
continue to
it's not all glamorous. You're not just like jumping in your Bentley and going to your
oh,
$1 million project.
no, no.
Dang.
No,
I got to do
not
work too.
no. I'm on flip number three and
Oh,
or midterm rentals. But
oh,
yes,
awesome.
yes, please keep the blessings coming. I'll
Oh,
get
that listen, I'm trying to get like you. I'm not even close to that yet. So that's why I'm taking notes and paying
right.
attention, recording this and gonna watch it back myself. So good
Hmm.
job. So
Thank
what's
you.
been your biggest struggle so far?
My biggest struggle, it would be this current fix and flip,
Hmm.
because it's been over a year. We have a hard money loan on it.
Okay.
So the biggest struggle would be not partnering with someone a year
Okay.
ago,
Gotcha.
um, because all the pressure is kind of it's on you.
Hmm.
So at least I would have been able to share.
Share the pain.
Right, share the pain, or just have partner with someone that has more experience.
Yeah.
Even though
Yeah.
it's like, oh, flip number three, there's somebody else out there that has done 50, or
Right. Right. That's a good point.
so now, joining sub two, I do have a lot more connections, and I have someone that's great. Like she's getting flips done in 8 weeks. Um,
Wow.
so
Wow.
yeah, I can't wait to connect with her. But yeah, that's it. That's been my
So
biggest,
partnerships are
yeah,
key.
partnerships, not being afraid to do so. But you want to make sure that you all um would make a great partnership.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, once you figure that out, find that out, and set up everything appropriately,
Hmm.
um, yeah, it's on from there.
That makes sense. Where
Hmm.
have you found your successes? Like, what do you think for where you are now, having some midterm rentals and fix and flips already done and under your belt? What would you say is successful? What helps?
Um, I would say I found my success with building connections because now I have like a Rolodex. So I can literally go through my phone and I can say,
Hmm.
okay, if I need a private money lender or if I need, a contractor, whatever the case may be, a roofer, I can, go on my phone and I can find that
You
information.
have it, so you built up a network.
Exactly. Like 2 years ago, I would go, like, if I saw somebody working on a house and they looked like they knew what they were doing,
Hmm.
get out and I would, introduce myself, ask, can I go in and see the work? So yeah, I built up a list of contractors that way. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, just making connections like that's
That's
like
key.
fun. Yeah.
That's key.
Hmm.
So my second favorite question is, do you have any funny or interesting real estate stories to share with the audience?
Um, funny. I don't know if it's funny or not, but one, one thing that comes to mind is my first fix and flip property.
Yeah.
It was it was a crazy one. Like it had rat
Oh,
feces in it.
aye.
And I remember going through the property and I was saying, wait, he wants how much for this house? Because it was like nothing could be salvaged but the shell of the house.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, that house we made a nice a profit off of it once it was all fixed up. So it turned out to be good. But in the midst of that, I was asked to go to court for the seller.
Mhm.
The realtor, she asked if I could appear in court because I guess he was having troubles because he had some liens on the property because
Mhm.
the roof needed to be done and they had trees, touching the roof in Seminole County. I get, that can't happen. So anyway, I just had to appear there just to, show face. But I thought that was kind of ironic. I didn't know, I had no idea who the seller was, but I did meet him that day in court.
Mhm. Okay. Interesting. So
Hmm.
you had vision. You had to have the vision to take the shell of the property and see what it could become.
Right, exactly.
Awesome. Very good.
Yep.
So let's project into the future.
Mhm.
Let's look at Sade Renae 5, 10, 20 years down the line. You have hit all of the real estate investment goals that you set for yourself. You are now really on easy street. What does life look like for you? Now you've hit the pinnacle. What do you want to be doing then? What's it look like for you?
I would say life would just be, full of joy,
Mm,
happiness, surrounded with good, loving people.
yes.
Um, yeah.
That's
And
good.
you know, a nice property of my own for me and my family with a nice pool in the
Mm.
back overseeing a lake. That's always
Oh,
me
I
and my
like the specifics. I like that. I like that. You got to claim it, girl.
right,
I
claim.
like it.
Yes, yes, I can see it in my mind's eye.
Let's
So,
claim it.
um, but yeah, so that, and then me helping others. I feel like I'm good with motivating others.
Hmm.
Um, and it's whether they want to be in real estate or any other type of business, just keeping that motivation going, being that little angel on their shoulder, like, girl, get up. You know what you got to do today.
Yes, you've done that for me already, so I believe it.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, so yep, so just, sharing the love and teaching others what I know and to, just spread from, Florida on beyond.
Hmm. Awesome.
Mhm, mhm.
Awesome. Well, is there anything else you want to share with the viewers? Anything that we haven't touched on?
Um, I don't think so, but anybody watching that, just to put yourself, in the same places, the same rooms, with like-minded individuals, whatever that is that you've been brought into this realm of life, just to not to keep it to yourself, but to spread it to others,
Yeah.
whatever that is, that holds positivity and it can help, everyone in the world grow. So
Yeah.
yeah, just, put yourself around like-minded individuals and, learn from others, and just with every step, use that in order for you to take action and, just do it.
Awesome. That
Mhm.
I love that. Just do it.
Yeah,
Just where have we heard that before? Just do it.
everywhere.
Everywhere. That's true. All right. So, how can people connect with you? I want to put your contact information in the show notes, and how can people get in touch with you?
So yeah, people can get in touch with me on Instagram at Sade's Way of Life.
Okay.
Yeah, that's SadeSWayoflife.
Awesome.
Sade's Way of Life on YouTube as well. I am going to post my first YouTube video today.
Hey, awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
But yes, those two platforms would be great. And I do answer DMs. I get a lot of DMs about midterm,
Good.
so
Good. Awesome.
love
Awesome.
answering questions about that.
Awesome, awesome. Well, it
Mm,
has been amazing talking to you here with
yeah,
the viewers. I will talk to you again personally, but I really appreciate you taking your time out and helping me get this podcast going,
right.
and being able to share your story and inspire some other people to who's been thinking about it and kicking the thoughts in their mind to start in real estate, to just get started, just do it like you said. So thank you so much, Sade. Thanks for joining us. Have an awesome day, and we will hopefully see you again on the podcast.
You. Thank
All
you,
right.
Nadine.
All right. Take care.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.